we want to show people some of the people that are involved with some of the guys who are on the show a lot. You know, Sonny's not on the show a lot, but Sonny is behind the camera at every single show. So you know what? You've heard me say many times on the show, you know, I want to thank Sonny and hi Marlene, hi Jamie, hi Thor, now it's hi Edmund. But anyway, you know what? You've never had a chance to meet on the show. Maybe she was on in the background one time at some point. I don't know. Mrs. Marlene Hersh. Okay.
Hi,
how are you doing?
Hi. Nice
First
to
of
be
all,
here.
Pleasure to have you. Now, you've got a number. Now, you've got some very interesting things going on. Now, besides for, you know, one of the things that interests me the most, you're an accomplished cellist.
Oh, I definitely an amateur cellist. I try hard though. I practice a lot. Definitely an amateur.
Well, actually, I've heard you practicing, so I can't. You know, I've heard you go through the scales, but no, you play very well. You actually do play. You have played before the public.
I play in the Skokie Symphony.
Which is a real symphony orchestra.
Yeah, I have for several years. Yeah. It's really a lot of fun.
So, no, how did you come to that stage? When did you decide to play the cello? When did you decide to...
Oh, my gosh. I've been playing cello on and off since I've been a kid.
So you liked it early on?
Well, that's not exactly the reason I started cello. I'm embarrassed to tell you what the reason was. Actually, I liked a boy that was a violinist in the orchestra in junior high. So I figured that the only way to get into orchestra was to learn an instrument. And I picked the cello because it was different.
You should know that I wound up at Columbia College because the girl I wanted to be with went to Columbia. I didn't know where I was going. I just picked that and I went from there, so I understand the thinking.
Exactly. It didn't work out anyway, but I did learn how to play the cello.
And you do obviously like it if you've been playing it all these years.
I do. I really enjoy it, and the community orchestra is a lot of fun. There's a lot of really dedicated people. There's some professionals, but most everyone has a day job and works very hard at practicing, and we do 4 concerts a year for the public.
That's not unusual in the world of music to have a day job. I've had some terrific musicians on here who all have day jobs.
In many cases, it's a wise thing to do.
Yeah.
Because it's really a hard way to earn a living, and I think even the really accomplished musicians have a very difficult time getting a full-time position at a symphony orchestra or a really well-paying job that can keep themselves and or their families going. So,
no, it's very hard at any kind of time, and even if a person's doing more popular music, it's very hard to stay continually employed.
Exactly.
There's so many people who would like to do this for a living, but you know those opportunities aren't there.
That's exactly true.
So, okay, so the symphony is definitely something you enjoy doing, the cello. And also, I noticed you're teaching your daughter Jamie also how to play the cello.
Well, I did teach her. I helped her for a while, but Jamie quit when she was 13.
Okay.
She took the didgeridoo up for a while.
The didgeridoo? I'm not...
That's an Australian instrument.
It's a stringed instrument, or...?
No, it looks like a long pipe. It's made out of wood, I believe. I'm not really sure.
A flute-like, or...?
It has a very hollow sound. They use it on a lot of films. You hear it in film scores. It was used in, who was the Australian, the Crocodile Dundee films.
Okay.
You hear the didgeridoo in the background. If if you heard it played, you'd recognize it in a second. You just don't realize what it looks like. It's an Aboriginal instrument.
Okay.
But they're beautiful. Jamie's got 2. One's quite small. One's a good 4 feet long.
Yeah.
And at the time Jamie was so interested in it, that was already a couple years ago, and as a reward for something she did well in school, we got her a handmade didgeridoo. We ordered one from Australia.
Oh, wow.
And she played that for a while, but she hasn't played it, I'd say, in a couple years. I found it in the corner of her room. I think it was buried under some clothes.
Yeah.
But that's typical for a teenager, so I hope she'll pick it up once again, and I hope she'll play the cello, actually. She was quite good.
No, I heard her practice. She was actually very good.
Yeah, she really had very good technique.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I still have a guitar in the house, and I'll put it away sometimes for 3 or 4 years, but then I'll start picking it up again, and I give it enough practice. I might play in front of somebody sometime, maybe. We'll see. Are there any pet causes or things you've got? Any stuff you...
Well, I think you know I'm on the board of the Heartland Literary Society, which is...
Oh, that's terrific. Not only do I, now that you brought that up, you've actually brought some very interesting speakers to the Heartland Literary Society.
It's a group that's co-sponsored by my employer, the Northern Trust Company, and the Chicago Tribune, and we have 7
And by the way, you're actually a vice president over there.
Yes, I am. I am indeed. But we have 7 authors a year, and one of the authors is always the Heartland Award winner, and the Heartland Literary Prize is given by the Chicago Tribune.
Yeah.
And we don't generally know who that is until sometime this month, who the speaker will be. But we have fiction and nonfiction writers appearing, and they do a talk at a luncheon that's given at Northern. It's really a terrific event.
It sounds actually very cool.
It is.
You know, that's something I've always wanted to write a book, and I probably started 40 or 50 of them. I just don't get much past 5,000 words.
I've met some amazing authors, I have to tell you. I've met Marilyn Robinson, who just won the National Book Award and some other awards, and I've won some Pulitzer Prize. I've met some Pulitzer Prize winners, and it was just amazing.
Do you have a favorite author in particular? Or?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think there's been a lot of really fun authors, and I could say that Robert Hellinga and Michael Cunningham. Doris Kearns Goodwin is so funny in person. She's really very nice and a lot of fun. We had her a couple of times, actually. And then there was one event we went to. Actually, we didn't have David McCullough at an event, unfortunately, but Sonny and I actually got to meet David McCullough at another event at the Chicago Public Library, which was fun.
Oh, cool.
Because sometimes we help out there, but it was very cool. We've met some wonderful people.
And by the way, you're actually dragging Sonny out of town in a little bit.
Yes, we're going. Yeah, we're going to Canada for the Stratford Festival.
Right,
it's
and
kind of our annual pilgrimage.
Very cool. No, I know you're into fine literature and plays and things like
sort
that.
Of, yes. Yeah, when we're not watching The Simpsons and things like that. Right?
Well, I love The Simpsons myself,
I
and I still think it's one of the most valid shows on TV.
I agree with you. That and The Daily Show.
That's also very funny. In the meantime, we've actually only got 10 seconds left. So I want to thank you very. Actually, it's 20. I lied. I want to thank you very much, Marlene Kovar Hersh. And, thanks for enlightening us. And, I think it's good for people to find out a little bit about you. And, you're more than welcome back to come on the show anytime you like. And I want to thank my entire technical crew, What's-His-Face. And, mostly hi, Jamie, and hi, Edmund. What can I tell you?
Thanks
so much for being here. And,
thanks for having me.
My pleasure.